Manny Pacquiao's life was changed forever after Mike Tyson suffered shock loss in 1990. Manny Pacquiao decided he wanted to pursue a career in boxing after Mike Tyson suffered one of the biggest shock losses in the sport's history. The legendary boxer from the Philippines has lived one of the most unique lives, from living in the jungles in his home country to becoming one of the greatest boxers ever. Manny Pacquiao's boxing journey began when he was just 12 years old, and he started boxing competitively while working as a construction worker years later. However, it was earlier than that when he realized he wanted to kickstart a career as a boxer, and it was one of the biggest shock losses in the sport's history that fueled his career. Mike Tyson's loss to Buster Douglas changed Pacquiao's life forever. In 1990, Mike Tyson was regarded as one of the biggest stars in sport and was undefeated at 37-0, reigning as the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Iron Mike was then matched up against James Buster Douglas, who was a huge 42-1 underdog going into their first meeting at the Tokyo Dome on February 11, 1990. In the opening rounds, it became apparent that Douglas wasn't fearful of Tyson, despite him being deemed as one of the scariest fighters of all time. However, after fighting an extremely confident fight, Douglas was knocked down to the canvas in the 8th round after he backed Tyson up against the ropes. Fortunately for him, though, he was able to make it back to his feet. And then in round 10, the unthinkable happened. Douglas knocked Tyson down for the first time in his career after landing a flurry of 4 punches. It was at that time when Pacquiao had an epiphany. After years of being bullied for being poor, Pac-Man realized that he could turn things around after watching Douglas score the win. In his autobiography that he wrote in 2010, Pacquiao claimed that Tyson's loss to Douglas changed his life forever. "I knew without a doubt I would become a fighter. I knew that the underdog can, and often does, win." Pacquiao is still targeting his return to boxing. At 46 years old, Pac-Man returned to professional boxing earlier this year when he took on Mario Barrios for the WBC welterweight title. The fight ended controversially in a majority draw, and Pacquiao failed in his attempt to become one of the oldest world champions ever. Despite that, Pacquiao is targeting a return to the ring in December, with his promoter Sean Gibbons having revealed that Rolando Romero is a frontrunner.